Hi everyone, today I'm going to be creating some botanical prints using some leaves from my garden and some golden open paints. Now these are acrylic paints, but they have a very long open time, meaning that they take quite a while to dry, which is perfect for gelli printing. Here I'm using Pyrrole red, phthalo blue and phthalo green. Just quickly rollering it on. Now you don't have to do this thickly. It should be, when you've rolled it on, almost transparent and more of a satin finish. You can use normal acrylic paints for this, but you do have to work a little bit quicker because they dry much quicker than the golden open. These are a lovely vine from my garden, and they have a lovely little pink flower when they blossom. But they do give lovely prints. They've got nice veins on the back of them, so I'm placing the veins down towards the paint. That way I'm going to get a more detailed print. I'm using some deli paper, which here in Australia we call it greaseproof paper. The paper has two sides. It's got a dull side and a shiny side. When you use it for your gelli printing, use the dull side facing the paint and the shiny side is facing up. Here I'm using my hand and my fingers to make sure I've got every one of those leaves pressed down well into the paint. And there's a beautiful negative print. To make it more interesting, I've just turned the print and I'm just taking another print which will give me some interesting marks in amongst those leaves. Now I do love negative prints because when you actually glue them onto something of another colour, the other colour will actually show through those spaces that are white, and it can actually be really quite beautiful. So I do quite a lot of negative prints and use them in my work. So I'm just picking up a little bit more paint on some of those areas of this print. You can see how interesting it is. Now I'm just removing those leaves and you can see the beautiful details that are left on the plate. Placing another piece of paper over the top and giving it a good rub with my hand. Now you can use a Brayer for this, but with this paint it's just so easy to pick up just by using your hand. I'm just getting a ghost print here. Often they're very delicate, and even though you might not use them in your artwork, or you may, you can definitely use them as a lovely gift wrapping paper, and I tend to do that. They're so delicate and beautiful, aren't they? Here I'm just going to use the same colours that I used previously. I will list all these colours below the video in the description, just so that you can see what I'm using. I've just added a little bit of the Hansa yellow there. Just quickly rollering it on. And placing some maidenhair ferns. Really love maidenhair ferns in the prints. They give a really lovely delicate print with lots of detail. I'm also going to add, for interest, some of those leaves that I used previously from the vine. I just noticed that that leaf was a little bit broken, so I'm just replacing that with an intact leaf. So here we go. I'm just using that ghost print that I printed off earlier. Add a little bit more interest to it, give it a little bit more colour. Now I am being very careful when I'm doing this. I know it looks as though I'm doing it really quickly and roughly, but remember the video is speeded up. So that was a lovely negative print with a little bit of the previous print showing through. And here's another negative print, which, as I stated earlier, I really love using them in my artwork. So here I notice that there's still quite a bit of paint in between those leaves, so I'm just using another bit of paper just to take a little bit more of that background colour off. Lifting off the leaves and we can see some beautiful prints there. Just take your time pulling off the leaves. Look for any little bits of debris that's left on the plate. I think there'll be a couple on this one that I have to just pick off. There you go. Things with seeds print beautifully, like you can get some beautiful grasses and grains like oats or barley, and they print beautifully, but unfortunately they always leave a few seeds on there, so it's a little bit tedious removing them, but well worth the effort. Isn't that a beautiful print? I'm just again taking the negative print here. Or I should say the ghost print actually. Here I'm using some of the quinacridone magenta, some phthalo green and the Hansa yellow. Not over rolling it this time, allowing some of those colours to show through without over mixing it. This is a plant called Waterfall. It's just in one of the hanging baskets out in our garden room. Makes beautiful prints. Just popping on the deli paper and taking that negative print. It's a really pretty one, isn't it? I really love this one. So here I'm using some phthalo blue, Hansa yellow and a little bit of the magenta. And that's a little bit of the phthalo green. And I'm using the smaller roller. So just rolling those colours individually around the plate gives me a nice variation of colours. Now there's actually no need to use just Golden Open here. You could use any other acrylic paint. I do like the Liquitex Basics or the Jo Sonja. But the thing is, you've got to work just a little bit quicker because you don't have as much open time with your paints. I do find the detail, I think, is a lot better using these ones, the Golden Open, but you can still get some quite nice detail with a normal acrylic. Here I'm using a piece of paper that I created earlier in a previous video. If you look up the Wabi Sabi textured paper video, I will put a link at the end of this video to that one, and it just gives a little bit of texture in the area where those leaves are. I'm just doing another print here with another piece of paper just to lift off some of that background paint. Here I'm laying the paper over the leaves again. This is a clean piece of paper and dull side down. Now I'm not going to lift this one, I'm just going to lift one end and take the leaves out, and then I'll lift up the other end and do the same thing. That way I'm going to have a coloured background with leaf detail as well. There we go, a coloured background with leaves with detail, and I can get another ghost print here. And there we have it, the final ghost print. And these are all from that pool, the last pool. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, hopefully you have, you'll press that subscribe button. When you do that, it really helps my channel grow, which I really do appreciate. And if you press the little bell next to it, if you tick that one, you'll get notifications of when I'm making other videos, and I will be doing quite a lot of those in the future. I've got quite a few planned. That's that one with the maidenhair fern. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? If you have any questions or queries or comments, please do post them below. I will definitely try and answer all of them. Thank you for watching.